So I'm on a train to Giurgiu, and that's on the Romanian border to Bulgaria. And so there were a couple different ways that I could have gotten down here to Bulgaria, but all of them basically took me to Sofia, which was not somewhere I was exactly trying to go. So I really didn't want to go several hours out of my way, only to cut back. So I decided to take this little commuter train, and it takes 3.5 hours or something instead of whatever it would have taken. Also, like there's a tourist bus, there's a Flix bus, but it leaves at 11:30 at night and would drop me off at 3 o'clock in the morning or something absurd. So anyway, I decided not to do that at all, and I ended up here. Might be at a point in my travel where you might stop wanting to take my advice. I've started to find that few things surprise me anymore, and I'm always kind of looking for adventure anyway, but the issue here is like if you just take this usual methods of transport, things that are easy, things you can find online, when you do that, like, you're just going from place to place and doing the same old stuff. Like, and I know that doesn't seem that strange for someone who isn't traveling, or who hasn't traveled a lot and who isn't traveling full time, but for someone who is traveling a lot or has traveled a lot, you just settle into this routine where you're essentially doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it's become a little bit unsatisfying for me. And also, not only that, but I've actually like kind of found that like I'm really unsatisfied in hostels as well, and I kind of just want to be alone. So I think I'm going to try to change some of the ways that I'm doing things, and one of those is by always taking these local methods of transportation, and always trying to stay in little local places as long as I can possibly afford it over hostel. So we'll see how that goes. I'm in a little town on the southern border of Romania called Giurgiu, and I am going to try to find somewhere to stay. Okay, so I found my place on Booking. It's Hotel Valaska, and we're gonna go check in. If you smoke anywhere indoors or near me, you make me unhappy. That's a fact. All right, so I'm all checked into my room, and just a few hiccups. It seems like someone was smoking in my room, so I gotta leave the door open because my allergies are going crazy right now. Now I'm just gonna go out and find a little bit of veggies to throw with my meal, and I'm gonna retire for the night because that just feels great to have my own private room. It's been a while. So with the smell of the smoke and some other things, water on the floor, I was like, oh man, it's not the worst place I've stayed, but I've stayed in better. But then I realized there's a bathtub. It's been quite a while since I had a bath, and I'm gonna chill out and listen to some music.
All right, I'm all packed up. Looks like it's time to eat a little breakfast and get to Bulgaria.
So I met a taxi driver. He wanted to take me across the border. So I asked him how much just to go to the bus station across the way. And he wanted first 50 euro, then 30 euro, then 20 euro. First I thought he said 50 lei, and I was like, oh, okay. It's not bad. But yeah, I can't do that. I'll wait for the train, I'll do whatever, I'll walk, I'll do something, but I'm definitely not paying 50 euro, almost 2 days budget to cross the border in a taxi. Not gonna happen. So I came to the to the train station, and they don't have a train from here, but they have a train from the north train station that goes from Giurgiu to Risi. And it cost me 70 cents to get to Giurgiu Nord, And then at 3 o'clock, there's a train that goes to Russia. Sorry, I said Risi, I think, before. And it just goes to show you that you will really, really pay a lot more if you want to get there fast. But I'm not about getting there fast. I'm about getting there a cheap. And I got to tell you, like, a lot of people that travel on a limited time frame, for you to travel on a budget is much more difficult than someone that has a lot of time on their hands. I don't know, I guess I would just urge you to consider the quality of the time that you spend traveling rather than the quantity of places that you experience. This type of thing, though, is something that's really interesting for me and fun for me to travel in local ways, and because it exposes me to the ways that local people live and the ways that they would actually get from place to place. And that interests me a lot more than simply hopping on a Flixbus or something to get from place to place.
So here's an interesting travel snafu for you. I knew that I needed to, or I learned rather, from the lovely lady at the train station, that I needed to go from Gara Nord, or the north train station, in order to get to Russia from here, which is the border town across the way in Bulgaria. So I thought, oh well, it's 12, it's only 3 hours away, and rather than sit around down here, I'm gonna head up to this north train station. Maybe I'll grab a bite to eat, I'll sit, I'll read a little bit, do something. But now that I'm up here in this absolutely gorgeous, once grand station, it occurs to me that there are only angry dogs that bark at me and nothing else around here. So, although this station is really interesting, I'm gonna sit here for 3 hours. And it's a good thing I have a little bit of food, otherwise I'd go hungry. That's always my note to you vegans, never forget, bring something to eat at least. Never count on being able to buy something when you're on a travel day. So I may face a kind of interesting challenge. I just learned that when I cross the border, I can get the bus or the train directly to Veliko Tarnovo, but I have to change money and run down and get the ticket and get back up in 20 minutes. But I did hear that this was possible from the conductor of the train, so he kind of gave me the rundown of what to do, and I'll try to make it work.
Well, money changer closed. Bank wouldn't change money. Another money changer was really far away. I couldn't see it, and I was gonna miss the train. So I ran to an ATM machine and I just pulled out $20 worth of local currency, even though I was trying to avoid that because the fee's high. 6% of $20 isn't the worst fee I could have. So in order to get to Veliko Tarnovo tonight, I feel like it was worth a little bit of running, and I got it done. So let's do it. These times when I'm moving, I feel so good. And I was checking with you guys because I want to make these videos, but really I'd love to just be on the train and feel the rock and roll and listen to music and read. And it's, man, look out the window and kind of take in the countryside. Man, it's such a cool feeling. It's one of my favorite things to do when I'm traveling, and I think I'm going to do that now. So I'll check back with you guys when I get to Veliko Tarnovo. Holy cow, this place is gorgeous. I'm finally here. I got a smoothie. Now I'm going to check into my hostel. Ooh, this lighting, it's exactly what it looks like. I'm on a dark stairway in an alley. Ooh, going up a lot of stairs. Oh, that guy scared me. Holy cow, this place is gorgeous. This is one of the nicest places I've ever stayed, I think. It's about $17 a night. with a balcony and a view for a private room in Europe. This place is great. So I don't know what that place is, but it is very casually advertising, along with the temperature and time of day, the radiation level. I'm on the bus, and one lev gets you a ride in kind of any direction inside the city. And so that's really helpful. And at any of the major bus stops, they have a map of the buses that are color coded, and that's really helpful because these bus routes are not available on Google, so you're not going to be able to Google map public transport directions, but you can find them if you just, as soon as you see a bus stop, snap a picture of it, keep that handy in your pocket, and that way you can know which buses go where. But it's actually a pretty small place, so most of the routes on the main road will go wherever you need them to go within the city. Okay, so I'm here in Kaufland, and I'm wandering in the aisles, and guess who just hit the jackpot? Why it's in the cereal aisle, I don't know, but ta-da! Ooh, and even some, looks like kind of bacon style or some whatnot, I don't know. One way or another, I've got all kinds of soya. Oh, I've got another one over here on the side. So, Bulgaria, it's survivable. You can do it. I'm gonna go with Dr. Kirshen's soya pieces because it says vegan product on it, and I figure like that's always the safest bet. That's noisy. Good morning. So, it's been a while since I filmed anything. I've just been here in Veliko Tarnovo, mainly working and editing videos and writing, so I haven't really even been going out much. But today, I'm trying to catch the sunrise down here where I have a little panoramic view of the city. Trying to see if we can get some good photos and videos from that. So I'm up here before the world here, and already it looks promising. My mind can be such a deceptive pain in my ass. So it's actually been some kind of struggle that I feel like it's actually been a lot of my life, where if I have to wake up really early, or I feel like I haven't had enough sleep at all, my brain will start questioning whether I needed to get up at all. It'll like immediately be like, well, you don't really need this, do you? You don't really need these sunset pictures. Maybe it's cloudy, but you should probably just go back to bed. You don't need it. And it's like, I have to be like, no, I have this thing to do, and I'm gonna go do it. But I meet like resistance from my own mind, which is really bizarre. I don't know. I don't get it. But we did make it before dawn. The sun's not gonna come up over the mountain for a little while, so I expect that when that happens, we're gonna get this panoramic view of the city bathed in some light that's gonna be really gorgeous. So that's my plan here. We're gonna check that out.